Cool, sit down front.
All right, let's get set up over here. Can we shoot this way?
All right. Parallel to the bench.
Yeah, I think that would be great.
I won't be able to get a lot of these protesters in the background. Are we get a shot at these protesters at any point?
Yeah, if you could pan around, that would be wonderful. All right, ready? Ready?
All right.
In 3, 2.
Many long-term unemployed have simply given up looking for work. With the national unemployment rate stuck at 9% and corporate profits at record, even historic highs, working people are asking, where are the jobs? Since 1980, the income gap between the top 300,000 wealthiest Americans has nearly doubled, with those wealthy Americans enjoying as much income as the bottom 150 million. Meanwhile, corporate control over the government and elections has become the greatest danger to American democracy. Anger has spilled into the streets in Occupy protests in every city in the nation, an unprecedented outpouring, a pure and grassroots expression of the Constitution, and a demand that this government should be by the people and for the people, rather than held hostage by corporate interests.
Great. Now it's around.
You're gonna freeze out here, bud. Here. It is Christmas, right? Guess I'm one of the 99% too, huh? Go ahead, Mac. Take him before you get frostbite. You take care, pal. Hey! Merry Christmas to you too. Something more to eat. Friend?
All my friends have jobs. Come on, Ma. Things to do today. Hey, you can sell those gloves and get something to eat.
Make your jokes, buddy. I used to have a good job, 401k, benefits, a good house, a good life.
What's the matter? Hit the bottle a little too much? A little bit of a nasal thing? Play the ponies once too often? There you are! I almost gave up. I have a meeting with Mr. Crowley in half an hour.
Please. Look at my big successful boy getting a brand new promotion.
We're restructuring the entire division. Moving assets over to Indonesia and China. Shelter as much as we can before taxes go up.
So much like your father. Handsome, brave, taking whatever you want from the world and to hell with anyone who gets in your way.
You know we're going to have to eat and run.
Sweetheart, I told you I can't make lunch today.
But I'm starving.
Oh,
I found us a place in shelter for tonight. But we have to be there early. It's cold and cold fast.
Sometimes I wonder why you still bother.
It'll be all right. You'll find a job and we'll get back on our feet.
granola, that's what you need.
You owe me. I expect payment in full with that delicious Christmas dinner you make every year.
Oh, sweetheart, I know I told you your father and I are going to be in Cancun for the holidays. We're using our frequent flyer miles.
And
Is that Kay?
yeah, I guess it is.
Shame she got caught up in all that foolishness. Remember she used to drag you to those silly anti-war protests? And look at you now. New promotion, beautiful fiance. Some people just don't know how to grow up and face the real world, huh?
I guess not.
Well, gotta fly, pun intended. Merry Xmas, Josh.
We are the 99%. We are the 99%. We are 99%.
Hi.
Well, isn't this a surprise? Bet you didn't expect to see me. Anyone you know over there in that rabble?
No, nobody.
Whatever. Oh, was that your mom? Sorry I missed her. She is such a sweet lady.
She was running. She and Dad are up to the islands for the holiday. Guess it's just you and me this year. Unless we went to your parents' place. Nothing I'd like better after a long day on Christmas working than putting my feet up by the fire in your dad's study, cracking open a good bottle of brandy.
Boring. Plus, my dad, he's flying up to some important business meeting, and my mom's having one of her dramatic episodes. Oh, my God, Josh, we should totally surprise your parents. What do you say?
Thanks. I have to work on the holiday, remember? The whole restructuring deal?
But I'll bring my own cheerleader outfit. You like that. Oh, by the way, I need your credit card.
Josh? Josh, I thought that was you. Oh my God.
Kay! Wow. Hi.
Hi.
On a first name basis with the street people? Laudable.
I'm over here with Occupy Chicago.
Same thing, right?
Look at you. All buttoned up and polished. Seems like another life since your radical days back in college.
Not another life. He actually got one. Maybe you and your friend should try it.
Look, I have a graduate degree, but like millions of others in this country, there are no jobs.
I work
part-time
over
minimum wage.
across the street in the office. I can see you guys from my window all the time. I guess I'm one of those evil 1%ers.
So,
Won't your friends be ticked to see you over here fraternizing with the enemy?
I'll tell them I tried to convert you.
Josh, don't tell me that you actually have a history with
Really?
this bit.
I won't keep you. Looks like you have business that suits the new you. Anyway, I just wanted to say hi. It has truly been a pleasure.
I believe that we had lunch plans someplace warm and romantic. And warm.
Someplace warm
And romantic.
and warm.
Blah, 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 blah.
So freaking cold.
Try to imagine you're someplace warm and romantic.
Oh, I tried, but it was cold there too.
Hey, we should take a page out of the Madison protest and occupy City Hall.
Yeah. Who's that?
Oh, it's my dad.
That's a really great picture of you two. He looks like a nice guy. You're lucky I never really got to know my dad.
He passed away a few months ago. Oh, so sorry, Kay. Anyway, he's the reason I'm out here. Should bones creak at my age?
Go pound a drum for a while, keep your hands warm, and remind those bankers we're still here. So, who was the Wall Street looking dude with the red carpet queen I saw you talking to?
Just an old friend.
More than friends by the way you two were looking at each other.
Yeah, well, maybe in another life.
Why not this one?
Have you ever cared about someone so much? You spend your whole life wondering what might have been?
I was in love like that once. Then he went to Iraq.
What happened to him?
Oh, he's fine. We actually ran into each other this last year. You know, I've been married and divorced, and he'd been married and his wife passed away. He has a kid. But when we saw each other, it was like none of that time had passed. That was true love. You should trust in that. Follow your heart.
Yeah, well, if only it was that easy.
I don't see why it can't be.
Relationships are complicated.
Yeah, Yeah, but you just need to...
David!
Have you seen,
So, how was jail?
Oh, let's see. They fed me spaghetti with cut up bits of hot dog in it. I slept on concrete, and then I peed in front of 23 strangers. All in all, a glorious night at jail lockup.
I can't feel my toes.
Let's organize a march to keep warm and leave these two alone.
All right.
No. The only thing that kept me warm in jail was thinking about you.
Not too warm, I hope. I know it's warmer in jail than it is out here.
Tell you what, room service? Terrible.
City of Chicago jail's not SAGA rated, I'm guessing.
Hardly. Come over here a second, away from this nosy crowd.
What is it?
This is crazy. For the longest time, I've been wanting to talk to you about this. When I was sitting in jail last night, I kept thinking that... Ow. It was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be.
David, what is it?
Okay. Here it is. It's all been pretty crazy since we first met here. A whirlwind sort of thing. But look at us. Both socially conscious, both totally committed to this thing. And I know we haven't known each other all that long, but I'm falling in love with you. Wow. There, I said it. I love you, okay?
David, I don't know what to, I don't know what to say.
You are beautiful and amazing, and I know it's nuts, but take a chance. I'm here. I love you. I know it hasn't been that long, but I think that what we have really is real.
David, I don't know what to say.
Well, you know what? I don't want you to say anything. No pressure. It's just in jail last night. I promised myself that I would tell you.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Hello, my brothers and sisters.
Hello, my brothers and sisters.
It is time.
It is time
to march.
to march
on City Hall.
on City Hall.
Occupy City Hall!
Occupy City Hall!
Occupy City Hall!
Occupy City Hall.
No! I have to get back to work.
It's Christmas Eve.
I have a big meeting with Mr. Crowley in like 10 minutes.
Josh, fancy running into you like this. Saves me some time later.
Great, Mr. Crowley, I don't believe you've met my fiancée, Becky.
Charmed, I'm sure. Well, Josh, this puts me in something of an awkward position, having to discuss such things in front of a beautiful young lady, but I shall persevere, nevertheless, soldier on and so forth, as it were. You see, Josh, with the way things are right now in the economy, particularly in the international markets, and focusing primarily on currency exchange, as we do, you know, it really has to do with the entire situation in Italy, Greece, Portugal, Spain, you know, the pigs nation, which reminds me that when I was in the Mediterranean last spring with my wife, Mimi, you've seen her photo on my desk, that we were using the yacht and discussing the ideas of getting different varying levels of help around the globe, which brings us to the point of how things look from the 50,000-foot view, because from the boardroom to the mailroom, this company needs to be more efficient while still maintaining its corporate values. And at the end of the day, we found an interesting opportunity for synergy both here and in the Far East that will benefit us both within this next quarter and for the next 15 or 16 quarters, all of which is to say we've had some discussions and are deciding to move forward without you.
Oh no!
Bex, can I have a moment?
Well, Josh, you know how it is. You have a head for these things, numbers and so forth. You see, it just makes more fiscal sense for us to hire someone over there for a third of the cost of what we would have to pay you, particularly with United States wage laws and health care and all that sort of thing. And besides, this means you won't have to pick up your life in a move. It's really a win for you, Josh.
And all the sacrifice, all the corporate
Now,
accounts.
none of that. If you could just hand over your security card to this gentleman here. No need to go back up to the office, Josh. We will FedEx your things.
Was security really necessary?
Oh, Josh, you know how it is. Unemployed people can be quite intimidating. Nothing personal.
Is this really happening on Christmas Eve?
Why, you're right, my boy. It's Christmas Eve and you with the holidays off. A lucky man. Well, happy holidays. Josh? Betsy?
Thanks.
Well, there goes Cancun. I just can't deal with this Josh. And you ain't got no job? I got to go.
Tell me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Tell me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Tell me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Damn it, Al Pal. You're in the right place. This bench is a good place. It's giving me a reason to hope again.
Sorry.
It was a crisis of faith, the spirit said.
Sounds like you've been abusing the spirits.
I had 3 of them visit me last night. Listen, I don't know you from Adam, but you look like you've had better times. If you don't mind me saying.
Humbug.
What?
What? What did I just say?
You said humbug.
And why would I say humbug?
Now suit yourself. Me, I'm making some changes. You look like you need this more than I do.
R, the 99%.
I am the 99%.
We are the 99%.
I am the 99%.
Yeah, we're on in 2 minutes. I don't have a lot of time. Yes, as I said, it is clearly a constitutional issue. The First Amendment guarantees the right to free speech, peaceably assemble, redress the government for grievances, and it's... Yes, I understand that, but... Hold on.
Where do we shoot from?
We're going to need to shoot this way. Can you check on Phil? Okay. So the important thing is that you cannot sidestep the Constitution and cloak it in public safety and curfew laws. It's just... Yes, hold on. We're going to go this way. Stand over there.
But what do I do?
Look pretty. We're being paid to look pretty. Yes, so constitutionally it... Yeah. You're the boss. Gotta go, we're almost done. Ready?
I guess so.
Are we going with the constitutional stuff?
Nope, go with the arrest angle.
Oh.
In 3, 2.
More than 100 protesters were arrested last night for violating a city ordinance and refusing to obey a police order. A police spokesman said that all those arrested had been warned in advance or refused to comply and were subsequently arrested. The protest has seen a multitude of arrests, but so far, no violence.
And we're out.
Fine.
Becky? Oh, God, Bex, it's so good to hear your voice. Becky, Becky, I don't want to be alone tonight. Please. What's happening?
People over profits.
Occupy Chicago.
People over profits. Occupy Chicago. People over profits. Occupy Chicago.
Chill! I had to be sure I was at the right haunting.
I'm having a heart attack.
I mean, maybe you froze to death and were stuck to the bench. Then you could haunt me. That's kind of funny. Hey, why the long face?
Get away!
The sooner I get this over with, pal, the easier it is for all of us.
Is this some sort of mugging? I'll call a cop.
I told you, dude. It's a haunting. Well, of sorts. I mean, a real haunting would be awesome. In these stories, we can't just haunt and spook. We've got benchmarks, goals, productivity. You know, somehow we have to make this positive for you, but it was nice to hear you scream a little. Thanks for that. Gets me right here.
Either I'm dreaming, or you're drunker than I am.
Dude, I swear. I'm a specter, a spirit, a spook, a poltergeist, an apparition. I could go on.
Okay. Let's say I believed you even for a second. What sort of spirit are you?
I come from the year 2003. A magical world of American Idol and 2.5 Men. Charlie Sheen was still normal. We thrilled to Fear Factor and not knowing what wonders Jackass still held in the future. We had Audio Slave and R. Kelly, and Republicans still like the Dixie Chicks. The Department of Homeland Security made us feel safe again. You know, except when we came into contact with people from Homeland Security, am I right? And 11 million worldwide protested the invasion of Iraq, but got a third of the press as 22 Tea Partiers at a Denny's in 2011. Remember those days, Josh?
People grow up.
Get up here.
I'm fine right where I'm at.
Don't make me go all spooky on you. You're going to take a little trip into the past. Behold.
Sure is cold out here in Valley Forge.
What's this?
Ooh, sorry. A little too far back. Illustrates a good point. They were fighting the same thing as the occupied people. Think of the British supporting corporations over the colonials. Check it out. Another good thing about 2003, people still read books.
Ain't buying it.
Look. No blood for oil! 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 Look, Josh, there must be 10,000 protesting the war. They're seeing millions around the planet.
They can't ignore us now. There's just too many of us.
God, we're really living history.
Affecting it, changing it.
Sometimes, I wish we could stay like this, how we are right now, forever.
What if we could? Okay, what if we got married like we've talked about? How crazy would that be?
Right now? While we're still in school?
Why not?
Oh, I want to say yes, but what about my dad? His health isn't good, and he can't look after that old house all alone.
He shouldn't have to. He could sell the house and move into one of those assisted living facilities.
He was born in that house. I was born in that house. It would break his heart to leave it after all the work he and my mom put into it.
But he's alone now. Except for you. Besides, don't you deserve your own life? Can you really see us living in the same house as your dad?
Why not?
You're serious?
Josh, please, I don't like this side of you.
Which side? Practical? Rational rather than emotional? He'd be cared for. He'd be safe. Kate, you have to look at this logically.
I am being logical and moral, Josh. My dad relies on me. He needs me. And if you want to be with me, you have to accept that. And I can't just abandon him to some retirement home. If you can't, then I don't know.
Kate, you're looking at this the wrong way. And I don't think you're in a position to make a clear decision.
And I suppose you are.
Well, yeah, I think I am. Yeah.
And I guess that's because you're the man.
Well, no. But I'm not as emotionally attached. Look, otherwise there's just all this emotional, feel-good chaos. Kate, I know you love your dad. He's a great man. But he's got his life, and we deserve ours. How can you not see that?
Josh, don't put me in that position. Please don't make me choose between you and my dad.
Just think about it. Is it really so hard to see? I like your dad, but is it really practical for us all to live in the same house? You can't really think that that's a good idea. Kate, be reasonable.
I am being reasonable for all my emotional feel-good chaos. Maybe you are the one with your logic and distance who is wrong.
I can't live like that, Kate.
But I'm sorry. For you and for us.
Kate, wait!
Oh, that was painful to watch.
Maybe I came on a bit strong, but I stand by everything I said.
Very heroic. Sure, it was worth sacrificing your one true love, right? Instead, you ended up with the queen of silicone.
Hey.
Deeply and passionately in love with your 401k.
Any sane guy would die to be with a woman like Becky.
But would she die to be with you if you didn't have a gold card and a six-figure income? Josh, you're a butthead. Hey! I calls him like I sees him.
Where's she going? What's in that bottle?
Do you have $1?
Who are you?
I'm the ghost of Christmas present, of Christmas right now.
Then why do you need $1?
For the bus?
But you're a spirit.
Yeah, but being a spirit don't pay too well, and I got a lot of people to see and keep up my quota. So if you could just get through this fast, and I really do need that $1.
I had less trouble from you guys on Halloween.
Go.
All right. So where are we going?
Oh, we don't have to go anywhere. No, we're staying right here 6 months ago.
Kay, so glad your mother isn't here to see all this. It would just break her heart to be put out of her own house.
We'll be okay, Dad. One of my girlfriends said we could sublet her studio until we get back on our feet. We'll be all right.
I can't saddle you with all my medical bills and now this. You're entitled to your own life, sweetheart. You're supposed to be getting married and having your own babies, having to take care of me.
Nonsense. After Mom, it was just you and me, and that's the way it's going to be.
You're all I have left. Oh, I wanted so much for you. I wanted you to have the house one day. Your mother and I had saved so much. Then she passed away, and I got so sick. Now there's nothing. I am so sorry, Kay.
Dad, I've got you, and that's everything. The economy will come back, and I'll find a decent job with insurance. And things will be better. You'll see.
All right, enough. Really, Kay? Who put you up to this? All that's missing is Tiny Tim hobbling in on a pair of crutches.
They can't see or hear you, Josh.
All that's missing is a puppy. Or Kay pulling a fresh baked pie out of the oven right as the sheriff comes to evict her.
When did you get so cold? They took out another mortgage to help pay for his medical expenses, and when the economy got bad, they fell behind on payments and the house got foreclosed.
Look, I feel bad for him. I feel bad for Kay. But he signed a contract with the bank, and the bank deserves its money back. Am I the only one who sees this?
It's not about the money. It's not even about the bank. It's about whether we live in a society that values the dignity of people, or whether we're all just parts of a machine, secondary and inconsequential.
The world is a machine, okay? And as sad and heartless as that may be, that's the reality.
Banks, money, economies, it's all made up, Josh. It's made up to serve people. And obviously it's not, or people wouldn't be struggling to feed their families and stay in their homes while a few grow fat and rich.
Rules. Or where would we be?
Why don't you ask Kay? Or better yet, her father. Or any of the people who have been turned out of their homes, left on the street. What happened to you? You used to believe in a better world. You used to try to build that world. With Kay?
People change. They grow up. I grew up.
Grew up? Or gave up? That's my bus, Josh. Good luck!
Finally, someone normal. Do I know you?
I hope so. I'm me. I mean, you. Us. Me and you.
I'm totally confused now.
I'm you, pal. Well, an older you. 30 years older to be exact.
Of course. Why wouldn't you be? I must be the crazy one.
Mind if I sit? Of course you don't.
So, you're the spirit of Christmas yet to come.
I drew the short straw in the spirit lottery, and I got to be you if you remain the same self-centered bonehead you are today.
You don't even look like me.
Budget cuts. It's tight everywhere. We're doing the best we can, but it's like my colleague told you. It's about you, not about us.
Okay, fine. So what? You're going to show me some pathetic miser? Or show me a lonely grave with nobody there to mourn me? Or some kid who isn't going to get the operation if I don't change my ways? I give up! You guys win. Put me in a higher tax bracket. Confiscate my property. Lop off my head. Just leave me alone. So? Shock and dismay me! Shake me to the core, Casper! Just get it over with.
I have nothing really. Except for one last thing I need you to see. Look.
Remember this spot?
Of course. 2011. Seems like a lifetime ago.
I don't want to see this.
I think we made a difference.
Leave that to history to decide.
I'm begging you. I don't want to see this.
I'd do it all over again to be with you. Would you? I wore you down. I knew I would eventually.
Really? Well, what's the point? This is torture.
Just listen.
Funny, isn't it? We never know what life has in store for us.
What? They're together. That's that. They seem happy. I couldn't have wanted anything more for her. Ow! What was that for?
What do you see?
You were so crazy. Day and night on that corner, demanding a better world. You made it bearable when things got tough. When it rained, when those bankers would yell at us, or when those traders dumped McDonald's applications on us.
Oh, when you get out of jail?
It was you, Kay. It was always you.
I figured you'd show him as a drunk, or how he lost all their money gambling. He's a decent guy. She deserved a decent guy after what I did to her. Ow! Really? Stop that!
You really are a bonehead. Right now she's thinking about you, Josh. She wanted you. She wanted you to apologize, but you never did. You let her go, and she got away. It's a broken heart she's never really got over.
Why me?
Why do two people fall in love?
I wish I knew.
We should get home to the grandkids. We have to get the presents out for tomorrow.
I wanted to apologize. I couldn't manage that first step. As time passed, it just became easier to justify the passing days rather than that initial indiscretion. Every day just seemed farther and farther. It just got harder and harder, you know? So what happens to us?
You and me, we get another bank job and become even more cutthroat just to get even for being fired. Tonight, that Crowley guy, he ends up working for us. And we sack him out of spite. We make a fortune. You marry Becky. She's cheating with the pool guy. And her yoga instructor. And that hot cop that pulled her over last week. We'll never know, though, because we're never home. God, it's been days since we've even talked to the kids, but they don't care because we've never really been a part of their lives.
That sounds awful.
There was always another deal, another acquisition. Greed was our drug and our addiction, Josh.
So how does it all end for me? Us.
In this life, that spoiled look in your face when it happens, not a chance.
Can I ask you a question?
I'll do my best.
What would have happened if we'd never had that fight?
You would have been fine, Josh. You're a smart kid and a hard worker.
Banking? Finance?
You run a credit union. You made a difference. You didn't get rich, but Kay gave you 3 beautiful children. And how they loved you all. They were all with you the night that you passed quietly from this world. Everyone came to the funeral. And not because they wanted a piece of your estate, but because you meant something to each and every one of them. Far beyond money.
Is it too late to...
We are unstoppable. Another world is possible. We are unstoppable. Another world is possible.
Josh, are you all right?
Kay? Kay, what day is it?
Officially it's Christmas. Josh, you look, I don't know.
Kay, you would not believe the life I've had tonight.
You mean night.
What did I say?
You said life.
I did. I did say life. I could be happy at a credit union.
Josh, what are you talking about?
If it was you, forget the trophy wife and the pool boy and the kids who hate me. I don't need the money.
I think the cold got to you. Come on, we should get you warm. How about some hot coffee? You're practically incomprehensible.
Kay, I'm fine. I've never been finer. Here's the bottom line. I love you.
Josh, you're not making any sense.
I always have. Listen, I know after all this time, after what I did, I can't ask. Tell me you don't feel the same way. Tell me you don't wish things had been different. If I hadn't acted the way I did.
Josh, there's someone else. And I can't just walk away. He wants to be with me, and I know I can rely on him. He's a decent guy. You walked away, and I waited for you, but you never came back. I know that's something I'll never have to worry about with David.
Can I ask you a question? When you first saw me tonight, what did you feel?
That isn't fair, Josh.
And when we almost kissed just a minute ago, was that an accident?
I don't know.
Kay, I know. I have so much to atone for, and I have no right to ask for that chance, but I would give everything I have to have it. I would give my life to show you how sorry I am.
I should go.
Can I ask you a question? Do you love him like you love me?
I don't... Josh, I can't do this. I can't hurt him. David.
I got worried when you didn't come back to the others. Guess I'd have been better off if I'd... Hey!
How long were you standing?
I heard everything. I didn't mean to. I was just looking for you, and now I know why you couldn't tell me that you look.
David, I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Well, my heart is broken, but I think I'll get over it.
But you heard what I said.
And I heard what you failed to say. And that's that you love me. Or at least, that you love me the way that you love him. I have to get back.
David, I don't know.
Don't say anything. We'll be fine. Not right away. Soon enough.
David.
See you around, Tom.
I couldn't walk away twice.
Josh, I don't know.
Go somewhere and talk.
Remember you used to just sit up all night talking?
What a fool I was to let that go. Come on. I know a place that's open all night.
Where's that?
I know a corner.
Alright, let's wrap things up for the night. Can we get you with the protesters in the background?
To back up a little bit.
Great. You ready? And 3, 2.
On a cold winter's night in Chicago, this determined group of protesters is following in the footsteps of a man whose birthday much of the world will celebrate this season. He left us with a simple message of hope, the ideal that each man, woman, and child is deserving of dignity and love and mercy. And the simple notion that he left us with is this. I tell you the truth. When you refuse to help the least of these, my brothers and sisters, you were refusing to help me. And with that, dear friends, I wish to you, Chicago, and the world a blessed and Merry Christmas.
Mic check!
Mic check!
Mic check!
Mic check!
Mic check!
Mic check!
Thank you all!
Thank you all for coming to see
Occupy my heart!
Occupy My Heart
And for supporting
and for supporting
the Occupy movement!
the Occupy movement.
Your support
Your support
is especially important
is especially important
as it gets even colder.
as it gets even colder.
We will have
some
bags out
bags out
for donations.
for donations.
Those are split
Those are split
50-50
50-50
between Occupy Chicago and the Prop Theater who donated their space for us. We would also like to have an unscheduled talkback in maybe 5. So go to the bathroom, make a donation, and we will see you in a few. Thank you again.
We did?
That's a good looking crowd.
I'm gonna go ask about this talkback. I have no idea what's going on. I'm just gonna let them do it.
There's two but there's only I don't know. I just want to maybe
Oh yeah, absolutely. Talking about what we saw and helping me with that.
any bag is any bag will do. We weren't quite sure how we were going to lay it out. We probably don't know.
Video guys.
Yeah, basically that's what it is. No, there's that.
Because I don't have a watch.
But today it would have been great.
Today.
No. Really, no. There's nothing else going on. I just need to talk to the people about this.
Yeah, sure. I think probably after
Anna's up on board.
Are you gonna come join us?
Right, yeah, after your
Director!
Yeah.
She's talking.
Okay, cool.
She's already talking about it. Call right now.
Great.
That's the badass part.
You talking to me?
Thank you all for coming. This is our first night in a real theater, which is very exciting. Let's go down and introduce ourselves. I'm Rebecca Kling, and I play various roles.
I'm Teresa Baramendi. I played Kay.
Keith Webb, I played David and various other parts.
Zach Johnson Dunlap, I played Josh.
Tim Caldwell, I played a number of roles.
I'm Danya Tyler. I played Becky. I'm the sheriff.
Agnes Ochap, various roles.
I'm Rich, and I was sitting over
One of the things that's been awesome about working on this, we're sort of making this up as we go along because we didn't schedule a talk back, we just decided to do it. And one of the things that's been really fun is the wide range of experience that we have. That we have a lot of folks who have been involved in the theater, and then people who are involved in Occupy and decided this was something they wanted to do, which has been really exciting. So we would love to open it up to questions, thoughts, comments. Otherwise, we can do the mean thing and ask you questions. Which is where the audience, if there's a quiet audience, we will make you talk. There's like 3 or 4 teachers.
We have ways of
Yeah.
This play was conceived in a fairly short time, I understand. Is that correct?
6 weeks ago, this play didn't exist.
6 weeks ago. That's amazing. And it's so well put together, and it was done very well on stage. And you just mentioned that you're still making provisions.
Well, it's been exciting and at times stressful that, we performed at Grant Park on Friday, which was the first and only time we performed there. We're performing here tonight, which is the first and only time we're performing here. So the rest of the week we get to finally have a home for a couple days. So we're performing Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday in, is it Studio B or B?
Be like the word be.
Studio B, which will be great because we'll finally have a chance to figure things out and then continue to grow them in the same space.
But yes, we do have to make some significant changes to the blocking, just an hour before the show tonight.
Yeah.
See how things went.
I think the play was written in a week, from what I understand,
Yes.
by the writer. And then in another week, more or less, we did rewrites, and we cast it. And then we had 3.5 weeks to rehearse.
Our first rehearsal was December 2nd. And most of us weren't around for all the rehearsals until
There were maybe 2 or 3 rehearsals with all of us.
Last week.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
We had,
Including the director.
Yeah.
Yeah, we even kind of group directed a little. So, but it worked out, I think.
Probably did better than the NBA team.
But that was our goal. That was our high bar.
It was the NBA.
Speaking of who you are you actors or are you occupiers who are actors?
Maybe we should go down the road.
Sure, let's go down the road again. So I have been very peripherally. I've been to Occupy Chicago a couple times. I wouldn't consider myself primarily involved, and I come from a performance background.
I also come from a performance background. I've been going to Occupy for a while now. I've been maybe 10 or 12 times.
I come from a performance background. I tend to do a couple of performances during the winter. First time I've been involved with Occupy.
I come from a performance background as well. As far as my involvement in Occupy, I consider myself more of a supporter than an occupier because I show up and try and help out when I can. So I've been there probably half a dozen, 10 times at most.
yeah, I think my times at the GAs specifically and at Jackson LaSalle was about the same, maybe 6 or 10 times. I've got an improv background, no real acting. In fact, this is the first time I've acted in a stage play, so that was kind of fun. It was really, really important
I think Teresa, you put it best one time. We all have special skill sets, and even though we can't be there night and day and every day for the Occupy movement, I think, speaking for myself, probably for others, this was something we could do to help bring some attention to the movement, to the issues that are involved in the movement, and to chip in some way.
Everyone can give something, whether it's an hour or $20 or coffee. So I think, we all got to do what we can. And at least I felt as an actress, it was like, well, I definitely have to do this. This is what I do. So if I don't do this, I'm a little bit of a hypocrite.
Exactly.
Pretty much. Anyways, go ahead.
I'm more of a performance background, and I go to school in New York, so I've been down to Occupy Wall Street, but I hadn't ever been to Occupy Chicago, and Hannah told me about this, and so it felt like a great way to get involved in Chicago.
I come from a musical theater and film background, so I'm an actress. I haven't had a chance to go out to any of the protests yet. When I saw the blast about the play auditions on Twitter, I was really excited to do that because I've been wanting to get involved with protesting, but I have a crazy schedule. I'm a teacher, high school teacher, so I wasn't able to come out yet. So this is perfect for me to be able to show my support.
I was actually more so involved in Occupy initially. I think I got started in Occupy about 2 weeks into the protest, and I've been down dozens of times. The play has actually sort of like limited my direct involvement at the protest because I've been at rehearsals and everything. I'm definitely planning on making it down there more often now that it's almost over. But yeah.
We need you.
Yeah, I found out about the play at a General Assembly for Occupy Chicago, and now I'm here. I only have a little bit of acting background. It's in acting in high school, but that's it.
I've been with Occupy Chicago since the beginning. Yeah, I'm a heavy activist, and also part of the Occupy Raj Park member. Just I have a little minuscule acting opportunities whenever I can, but I'm a activist, social and political activist, and I heard this play, so I gotta be in this one. I can't miss this. Yeah, so it was a great opportunity. I'm glad to be part of it. Thanks for coming, by the way. Appreciate it.
And I was primarily an actor, but I'm a vortex evader. So I'm very vocal about that and where our money goes and how we participate in some ways. And I've kind of floated the idea this year, trying to get people to consider if they should pay their taxes this year. We're not really getting what we're being promised as far as taking care of each other and maybe taking the country in a different direction. But I don't know. If only one person does it doesn't really work. So the Occupy movement has been really. I've only been down one time, but it was really great to listen to people and. I have my little quiet protests. I teach yoga, and I teach about 200 students a week, and I bring up these very interesting political issues during class. I'm having my small influence, but in the end, I mean, we've got to find a way that all of us are going to work together. It can't be just Republican or Democrat or Green. Somehow we have to figure out what is key that we all need to work together. So that's kind of my quest right now. But this is a really great opportunity for all of us to do something powerful in the world.
And in terms of involvement, one of the things that's cool at occupychi.org, Occupy CHI, is there's a list of stuff that they need. So if you're like, oh, I can't really afford $20, but I have some extra blankets, that's awesome. And that's just as important as, maybe not being down there, but just as important as making financial contributions and just as important as talking it up. Other questions or thoughts or comments? Yeah.
Is there a plan to create like an internet presence with this artistic statement?
Hannah and Bill.
Bill, I think that was a question for you.
And you two didn't introduce yourselves.
Yeah,
yes.
should probably come down.
Trying to sneak out.
Hannah, stand up, please. By the way, everybody, this is Hannah Friedman, our director.
And this is Bill, who wrote the play. And produced it, and advertised for it, and bought all the props and extra costume pieces and made it happen.
Money. This started about 6 weeks ago, and it was meeting folks like this at the Occupy protests with arts and theater backgrounds. And as it was getting colder and approaching the holidays, I was thinking that, boy, there must be some great venue to steer all of that creative energy into something positive for the movement. Say something really good about the movement, and speak to the professionals and the soul of the people that are involved and down there every day. So I began announcing at the GAs a crazy idea to put on a play. And it took a couple of weeks for people to not think that I was completely insane. But then they started to come forward, and we found that we shared the same vision, and it took off from there. And we ended up with 11 awesome people, far more insane than I was when I stood up at the GA, but in a very brilliant way. And we brought Hannah on board to direct it and make sense of it all, which she did brilliantly. So to these guys, I owe everything in this project. This was really a community project. If you think of, it's very illustrative. If you think of the writer being the 1% sitting down to write the script, it's really kind of two-dimensional words that don't go anywhere. But it was the community, the actors, and all the folks in Occupy Chicago, Father Ted Curtis at Gray Street on South Dearborn, who gave us a space to rehearse. A lot of folks who had a lot of faith in us that really made the difference in that, and that was the 99%, backing up that 1%. So it was really a community event, and that's why we're here today, and that's, God bless you, that's why all of you are here today.
If we can jump back, I think this is a good question for you. There was a question just now about whether we're planning on having an internet presence, and I think thanks to all of the work you've done, we already do. Could you say some more about that?
We, on Christmas Eve on WCPT AM 820, we recorded we recorded the play that can be podcasted, Awakened America, with Marshall Stern on AM 820. Should be in the program, and if anybody needs that, I can get it to you. But we wanted to reach as many people as possible, so we reached out to the media. We saw some of them here tonight when we were performed live for our first show on